Virgo. This is going to be your March through April 2020 reading. These were some cards that came up. Fell right out of the deck. Let's see what they are. So I hope everyone is having a safe 2020. We're seeing a lot of strange things, guys, right? What a time to be alive. Some big history books. All right, my dears. Virgo, you get some mystery going on in this pre-spring period. Someone around you who's acting very aloof, not giving you a whole lot of information, and you don't really know if this is sweet and fun or if it's shady. So you're having a problem deciphering that. Now, Virgo, I recall that you had an interesting 2019. For some of you, your standards were really high, you were bringing people in, and you weren't getting attached to them very quickly. And if they didn't meet that standard, you would just kind of push them away. Even if you had to deal with them in some capacity, work or whatever, you were just kind of like, whatever. You weren't really on an emotional roller coaster. So this month looks a little bit different because it looks like someone that this looks like someone that you did invest some time into. You did invest some patience. This person has some issues. Oh, but they're really hot. Okay. So that makes sense. So you were so physically attracted to this person that you were willing to put up with a little more. So you're probably buying them things. There's also something about this person that reminds you of maybe somebody you had a crush on when you were really young, or something about that first love vibe. Maybe that's what they look like. Maybe they look like a different version of that person. There's something about them that was very, it rung that bell inside of you of like something innocent. But there's something about them and your intuition is going off. Oh, these cards too came out, so let's look at them. Improving health, get more information. There we go. But you can't. They're not giving it to you. Compromise and not the right time. I think they, well, hold on. My feeling is that they are having a really nice time knowing that you don't have a lot of the information. It's not necessarily that it's malicious, but they definitely are comfortable with you not knowing. And I think that's the compromise in question. You know, it's not to say that you need to know every detail about a person's life, but there are some things, maybe where they grew up, how they grew up, if they have any family. And I think, especially as the relationship goes forward, and I think they are pushing the agenda of, you know, hey, it's really early on, and maybe you don't need to know everything, but there's something in your gut telling you. The other thing is I think you feel the stress. There you go. You're feeling the stress of not knowing because your gut is telling you that you should know more. And I think it's making you a little bit hesitant to keep showering this person with gifts and time, because now you're in a position where the attraction is there. There are a lot of, no one knows entirely what attraction is based on. It can be a lot of things for a lot of different people, but whatever this person has, they've got these really key elements. But there's something Virgo, there's something where you're like, no. Oh, let's see about that. Okay. This person's attitude when you argue or have a thought tends to be, I don't care. If you push me too far, I'll just leave. Push me too far, I'll cut you off. You do this, I'll cut you off, cut you off, cut you off. That's the attitude. It's my way or no way. The Fool coming up again. I think this person is pretty great with you just playing dumb. Like what they're doing isn't really happening. You know, they're like, as long as you turn the other cheek and don't ask me, we'll be fine. And if you push me, I'm immediately going to... It was almost like what you were doing last year. You know, if they did anything you didn't like, you were like, hey, listen, there's the door, bye. But this feels a little different because my feeling about the Virgos in 2019 was that they were very honest. You know, they weren't tricking anybody. There's a vibe about this person that there's almost like a threat to conform, you know, and I feel like that will only get more. There's just so much for you, Virgo, where you're just not sure. And I think this also has you questioning yourself about, well, do I handle relationships the right way? Is it the right thing? Is this person just the first one to kind of push back a little bit? And do I like that? Is it a challenge? Or are you like, no. This person definitely likes nice things. They definitely have expensive taste. But again, it just feels like they're trying to convince you of what your opinion should be. They're trying to convince you that you're having a great time, and you're not really having that great of a time. And when you stop them and try to express that, they try to convince you that that's inappropriate, which it's not. So I think you're kind of stuck. Here's what I see honestly, and I know I don't know, I have a whole thought about tarot readers at this point, but this is what I see, Virgo. You are envisioning two scenarios. A scenario, if you just go ahead and cave in, you're thinking, I could potentially be married to or have this person on my arm. They're really attractive. Their standards are really high. And I think the thought is crossing your mind about how that comes off to other people. It's a sort of, you know, like a check mark in your book kind of thing. But realistically, I think you see another scenario where you just kind of keep pushing this person's buttons to see how far, you know, if they really are willing to leave you, because I think you feel that you are definitely on equal footing with them. You're as attractive, you have as much going for you. And I think you're trying to see where that goes. Do they really walk out the door? Do they not? Or do you move on to the next person? I think the thought of moving on again at this point is a little tiring to you. But I think you don't like somebody trying to boss you around like that. And I think you're sort of caught right now. So, you know, Virgo, I think for you, between March and April, I see, you know, you putting a stop to this somehow. And I think realistically the information you need will make itself known, and you'll find out if this person's sincere or, well, I don't know, they're in the witness protection program. I don't know what their situation is, but I don't see you letting this continue too much farther. So Virgo, as always, take care. We'll talk to you soon.